Is that better? Sound now? Okay. Okay, everybody's saying no sound. Okay, now you can hear me. All right. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, what I was saying is I want to talk about um, the swimsuit competition thing where they're doing away with the swimsuit competition for the Miss America pageant. And I also wanted to respond to some of the questions that were posted on the wall after the last two videos. So I'm gonna have to do it now before I forget. So first, let me start with this swimsuit thing because this is a top title from the New York Times article on this issue, and it says Miss America in swimsuit competition aiming to evolve in quote this cultural revolution. Okay, now that made me take a minute and pause because what evolution are they talking about? If they're talking about women's liberation, I mean we're like 40, 50 years too late, right? Because as far as I understand it, the Miss America pageant has been going on since the 1920s, and it was fine for all of these decades. Now all of a sudden, yes, that's what the title says, cultural, and that caught my attention. Now let me tell you why. Trannies. That's why. I'm not even gonna mince my words. It's these dudes that don't want to have women to have anything that separates them from what these guys want to pretend that they are. That's what this shit is all about. Now, even though the Miss America pageant is primarily run by women now, you got to understand who is the women who let all this shit happen. These very same women, like now, National Organization of Women, them the most bullshit bitches I've ever seen in my life. They need to do away with that entire organization. They don't do shit. They just have tea parties and shit. And when it comes to something like really being a political force to protect the rights of women in this country, now is fucking useless. And I don't care who now hears me say this. Tell me what your bitch asses have done. You ain't done shit. You just sit up there and let these men run all over the women in the country with their laws, with abortion, changing everything, removing women's right for birth control. They can't even go into a fucking drugstore and get the after whatever the pill because it's my religious beliefs and all this kind of stuff. That's some shit they should have jumped on with both feet because now has the membership and the power to do so. But they didn't do shit. The bitches just sat there, little socialites. That's all they are, useless. So now we have this thing. Now, even though yeah, Plan B, thank you. I'm glad you guys be filling in my blanks because I get so, like my mind races ahead of my mouth. And that's why I sometimes miss things. But I'm glad you guys are here to fill those blanks in for me. So when you look at this kind of stuff, I've been mad at now for at least 2 or 3 years. So what is this cultural revolution? The cultural revolution is that women are being eradicated in every single avenue that women can project who and what they are as women, women who have wombs, women who give birth, women who have real breasts, women who have real estrogen, all of these kind of things, women, with the proper chromosomal lineup. They don't want you to have that. They want to take away the title of women. And they by saying that they can legally change their gender to say that they're a female. Don't you understand the repercussions of this? All the government, the things where women and minority owned businesses where they can get a certain part of government contracts that would automatically always go to white boys, all that's gonna go away. You know why that's gonna go away? Because these white men are gonna put on a wig and a dress and claim that they're women. And then when they get home, they're gonna take that shit off, laugh all the way to the bank because they have now gotten a contract. I say women every fucking time I want to. And say you can't say woman anymore. Yes, you can. They're not gonna like it, but there's no law saying that you can't say woman, and there will never be, not in my lifetime, because it's like you born with certain chromosomes that make you female, and you're born with certain ones that make you male. Don't matter how many shots you get, pills you take, surgeries you get, clothes you change, and put wigs you put on, nothing, whatever you do, your ass is still a man. Okay, and I don't really give a shit what they say. I don't care. People say, "Well, that's not politically correct." This is what I think about that. Okay, you're a fucking man. Just own it and stop being stupid. Now, what I have to say about women, is, you all that go along, I'm keeping the least sisters who support that bullshit. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't even understand. Your ass is at the bottom. You bottom as a woman, and you bottom because you're black. And your ass is sitting up here caping for some white males that want to try to usurp your reality and replace you with them. And you going along with that, you's a dumb bitch. That's all I got to say. You dumb, you stupid, and you fucking clueless. That's what I think about women who do that. How you gonna do that? That just shit irks me because I'd already sit here and I'd spend a lot of time, my time. I'm not getting paid. I mean, people give some donations for the Patreon and stuff, and I trust me, I appreciate all of that. But as far as how much time and energy I actually put in, I'm making like 2 cents an hour on this kind of stuff. So I'm doing this because the love I have for black women and women, period. I'm not doing this work that I do here to become rich, unlike how some people charge me. Because if I was doing that, trust me, I wouldn't be doing this shit. I'd be off doing something else because I have a lot of talents and skills that could make me a lot of money. But I do this because I feel like this is something that I'm supposed to do to help other people in this world before I leave here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so when I see women who are so willing to throw their lives and their purpose and who they are away in favor of men, y'all do that shit in relationships, with this stuff, this what they call it, submission bullshit, and thinking that you have to do all this stuff and be all this stuff for men, and then you turn around and you do the same shit for white men that want to put on a dress and a wig and tell you that they're a better fucking woman than you, and you go along with that bullshit. I wish some bitch ass motherfucker would say some shit like that to me so I could jump him. I might be in jail. You'll have to be getting a GoFundMe to get my ass out of jail, but I wouldn't even give a fuck. So anyway, that's what this is all about. You know what I mean? This is just another avenue that they're doing some backdoor machinations to eradicate any opportunity that you have to show that you are a real female. And so then they can come in. They don't have to, they won't be revealed, all their muscularity and all the hair that they plucked and waxed and all the stuff. It won't be shown because they don't have to be revealed in a swimsuit and they don't have to be revealed in an evening gown. Now, the thing that's so stupid is if they really wanted to talk about creating an equality, a base of equality and stuff, they would stop worrying about the women's figures and everybody being slim because they all have similar shapes. Let's get some big girls up in there. Okay, because I know some fly ass big girls. They're size 16, 18, whatever, but the presence they have, the way they carry themselves, the way they're dressed, there's even models, for what they call full figure models. Okay, they look good in swimsuits too. Their thighs are thicker than these little girls with the gap in their thigh and all that stuff. But there's men all over the world that appreciate that body type. You know what I mean? So Miss America pageant, you bullshit ass bitches. If you really wanted to, if this was the truth, if this is really what you wanted to do, is create this environment, you would seek out more minority women who were smaller or bigger or taller, but they would be real fucking women. And you wouldn't be sitting up here, talking about, oh, well, we've evolved past the swimsuits and evening gowns. That's bullshit. Because when you go to a formal event, what do you fucking wear? An evening gown. So these women, Miss America is invited to all these events and goes in places and represents. It's part of what she does when she wins the crown. She's going to be in an evening gown. What are you talking about that this is something that's improper? Women all over the world wear evening gowns. You go to any opera, any ballet, any formal event, and you see thousands of women in evening gowns. What the fuck are you talking about? You go to any beach, anywhere, any resort, any swims pool, anywhere where there's women and there's water or sand, you're going to see thousands of women in swimming suits. What the fuck are you talking about? See, this is some bullshit. And I'm telling you, that's why I figured out that this is some kind of shit that has to do with these trannies. That's all it is. Yes, lesbians are females. Of course they are. But the trannies are mad because then once they figure that they're a woman, that a lesbian should want to be with them because they're a woman now. That's another whole conversation. I'm not even going to go there right now because I have a lot of shit to say about that too. This shit pissed me the fuck off. I was mad all goddamn day. And then it's like I called, they had this on KBLX, those of you who live in the Bay Area, Northern California. KBLX 102.9 FM in this Bay Area, right? So they had this thing, they asked this question, I was talking about this morning. I pick up my phone, I call in there. So I'm telling them my theory about this whole thing. And Kimmy T is the only girl on the thing. She says, "Oh, well, it's like how the girls get in the Boy Scouts." And I was just like sitting there, I was rolling my eyes because I had to watch my mouth because this is, they the radio hosts and everything. But I really want to say that's some most ignorant ass bitch shit I've ever heard. How is some little kids going to play and camp and build fires and shit the same as adult white males with money and political power the same? You know what I mean? Just like the intellect for her to even say some shit like that was so stupid. I couldn't even just acknowledge the ignorance, because if we were talking like apples and I don't know boulders as far as the differences go. And she, by saying that, I mean, I'm serious. I was just like so disappointed. It's like, okay, you on the radio, you supposed to have more sense than that. There's no comparison all to what children do in a play situation, because that's all girl, boy, and Boy Scouts are. They're playing, okay, to what adult men who are doing everything they can to infringe on the rights and the privileges and the privacy and the sanctity of female spaces and women's bodies and everything else, because they want to be us. They want to be us. They hate women. They hate to sit up there and say, well, you have cis privilege. What the fuck is a cis? It's spelled CIS. I didn't know. I had to go and find all the stuff out. So, you have cis privilege. No, motherfucker, I have women privileges and you have dick privileges. And what you don't understand is you being a white male. See, this is my theory on this whole thing. They are failed males. They're failed. They're weak. They're punk-like, bitch-like, and they don't have any goddamn sense. They cannot compete with real men. So what they just decide to do is bow out and become women. Okay, because that's that's the only default. You can't become like a puppy or an elephant or whatever. But they can't become real women either. But they want to play that. But if you can't, you realize that you cannot compete in the world of men. What do? You either become a MGTOW, you become a TFLer, or both, or you start talking about you trans. That's because you a bitch. Yeah, you right. You a bitch ass motherfucker. You sit up there and you try to tell women, as soon as somebody tell you to your face, I'm a better woman than you. No, motherfucker, you have nuts and a dick. You'll never be what I am. Never. No matter how many surgeries you get, you will never, ever, ever be me. And it's like you tell them that though, and they get so mad, they just get like spittle comes from their mouth because they can't fucking stand it. But this is biology, this is science, this is the reality. You're a man when you're born, motherfucker. You're gonna be a man when you die. How you dress up and what you get to do to yourself in the interim with your mental case self, trying to make yourself be something that you're not. I mean, to me, it's the same thing as these men, something that they're talking about. Martians are coming and gonna take everybody away, and that they're a baby. You seen them people, they dress like babies, and these are 50, 60, 60-year-old men and living in a playpen and all this old shit, wearing diapers and sucking on bottles. I mean, these people are fucked up in the head. And it's the same thing with a man who thinks he's a woman. Your ass is crazy as fuck. You need some psychological treatment. You don't need the whole trying to pressure the rest of the world to agree with your ignorant ass. You will never be a woman. Just accept it. I mean, get yourself some couch time and deal with your fucked upness so that you can get your mind right and deal with what's going on with you and how you got messed up like that. I'm telling you, this is some shit. I was hot all day. I couldn't wait to get home. I was mashing that go live button. I was mashing that button. But yeah, they're crazy. I mean, just until a couple of years ago, that was considered in the DSM, which is the psychiatric mental illness thing. Like they have codes for hospitals and psychiatrists so that they all be on the same page when they bill. And it was considered a mental illness, but through political influence, because see, they're white. They're right. These are the ones in power. They got money. So they pad the palms of people that they want so they can change. Oh, look at that Bruce, whatever his face is, that's walking around with them giant ass hands looking like some kind of gorilla and talking about he's a she. And when they put him on the cover of Glamour or whatever that magazine was, he was on the cover and won an award for Best Woman of the Year. I was through. I was like, I will never buy another fashion magazine as long as I live. So everybody's going to suffer because of what that one magazine did. And I was rallying against that shit. Look at the shit in the store if you want to and leave it right there. Don't buy it. Don't spend any money on any magazine that would just totally disgrace and disrespect your womanhood by putting that man on the cover of a magazine as a woman and giving him a reward for that a woman should have. Fuck them white people. I